Serena to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, please no flash photography while the ball is in play. Thank you. $30-15.
Second fastest server here this year, behind her sister Venus.
So have you got a view on the much debated and ongoing topic about who will be the better of the two in the long term?
Well, I think this one, Serena, is probably an even better athlete than her sister. And she serves better. Trying to disprove my suggestion by 2 double faults in this game.
Enough to hold in the first game of the first set of this women's doubles final.
But actually you make a very interesting point, because you remember when they were emerging, Father Williams said of Serena, who hadn't yet sort of reached the standard even that Venus had early, that she would be the better player. Now whether that was deliberately to provoke Venus into greater effort, I don't know. Or
and
whether
of course
it was
Serena
serious.
sort of got ahead, didn't she, with the US Open in '99.
Yes, that's right.
15 long.
I remember Venus sitting stony-faced in the stand watching that performance. She was the one who was supposed to be the first to achieve. But she made up for it all right.
Oh, she certainly did. What a year last year.
Davenport has had a moody championship is the way I describe it. She's never looked happy.
She wasn't very patient yesterday, was she, in the heat? In the singles semi-final. Didn't really make Capriati work too hard in the end. Too many errors.
30-40.
Yes, the pace beating her twice now in this game. They do hit so hard. Well, so does she, but I think probably Serena and Venus hit a little bit harder still.
Williams.
So there's the early break. 2-love in the first.
They lead 2-love.
Well, it wasn't a bad idea, the interception, but the speed of shot from Venus too strong.
Venus Williams to serve.
Different outfit today.
15-love.
And you know, she has a hand in designing those outfits.
But she was quick to point out she didn't design the first one she was wearing here on the first day.
She is such a wonderful athlete, Venus.
30-love.
What do you think went wrong with her campaign this year? I mean, she didn't really ever look... She was just going through it in the first week and we thought she was going to improve. And then against Moresmo, she was far from convincing, and worse against Kutzer. And then worse again, well, playing a more talented opponent, perhaps, against Martina.
Well, I think to answer your question, what went wrong was that she never really found her confidence. She's a big confidence player, going for broke on big shots. And as we saw at Wimbledon and the US Open and the Olympics last year, when she is on song, she's unbeatable. But she didn't prepare properly, probably. Singles was avoided at Sydney. Only doubles did she play, and only one match.
That did seem a strange decision, but I mean, I guess if she was working on some sort of training program, she maybe wanted to keep the continuity going there. Not. That's about all I could think of. Otherwise, I can't understand why you wouldn't play singles. Oh.
40-30.
Yes, just calling for it, Serena, and should have made it. She has a good overhead normally. Has a shaky serve, Venus. Quite a lot of doubles delivered.
Well,
Williams.
did it hard in the end, but got there. 3-love in the first set to the Williams sisters.
They lead 3-love.
It'll be worth looking in a moment. Lovely wide serve, miss hit return. Lovely thought behind that delivery. Now, where will she stand, Venus? Inside the baseline, you see, for the first serve.
Pretty intimidating, as we said, isn't it?
15-all.
Seen from the far end, woof, down the middle. Good delivery. with her opponent, expecting it wide to the forehand again. Well, they should have won that rally, these two.
Yep. Great rally there.
40-30.
3 or 4 times they had chances to make the winner.
Well, in the end, they managed to hold, but it's Williams and Williams leading 3-1.
Williams leads 3 games to 1. Love 15.
Well, it's good to see her smiling again. There weren't too many of them yesterday.
No, she's been a bit grumpy the whole time, hasn't she? Not smiling now.
Can't tell, there's no way, says Leanne White. But this is called trial by television. I think it was out.
It did look out, didn't it? 15 all.
Not a good drop shot.
15-40.
Talk about intimidation. Wouldn't like to be standing right there with Lindsay Davenport bearing down at you.
Wasn't that wide? Morariu obviously misread the signal of the toss. You try and learn from the way the ball is put into the air where the serve is going to be delivered.
Yes.
Like Davenport did. She was reading it perfectly.
Just couldn't get it over. No, another fantastic point.
Advantage Williams.
It is when doubles is at its best, isn't it? When what would normally be a winner in a singles match. Suddenly he's returned. But a chance here to go to 4-1 now for the Williams sisters. Just long. So that's 4-1 in the first set to Williams and Williams.
The I formation. See, the Wood is doing this all the time. The Williams deciding what they're going to do about it. You have to be careful with that formation to know exactly what you are doing as the serving pair. I've seen pairs attempt this tactic and failing miserably, being passed into a huge gap because of a misunderstanding. Davenport knows which side she's covering. Well, there it is, you see.
Or does she?
No, but it didn't work.
Well, she couldn't get there, could she?
That's right. So it has a mixed value, that formation. Yes, this time waiting for the right moment to intercept. Good call.
I went back to a more standard formation though that time, didn't they? Obviously deciding that it was more difficult for Davenport to cover the backcourt on the to move to her backhand side after a serve than it is for her to cover the forehand side from where she's serving now.
Yes, with the second serve back to normal.
Oh, again, a case of deciding to jump across, and maybe the time was right, but it was a tough volley. She got there, though, didn't she?
Should have made it.
So 4-2. Back with Venus Williams serving.
Well, Venus did well there. So often when your partner looks as if they were going to intercept and then don't, the server coming in is put off and misses the volley.
Well, they're both tall, aren't they? Particularly Venus. Tough to lob over them, but worked well that time. So it's 15 all.
Well, I think the lob is a shot which should be used more than it is.
Oh, that's a bad error. It wasn't a great second serve. It was fairly soft. 40-15. Yes, and apart from a tactical point of view, from a purely selfish watching point of view, when you see matches where the lob is played, it just adds an extra dimension to the game, doesn't it? When Leighton Hewitt's at his best and he's coming up with some lobs, it's still a very valid tactic.
Yes, he is a master lobber.
And I wonder who it was that taught him to do that.
First coach was Peter Smith.
Maybe it was him.
Adelaide. Might have been him. Oh, what a pity. Oh, just clipped the top of the net.
So 5-2 for the Williams sisters. Yes. Oh, well deflected.
Yes, that was good reflex work from Venus. Now, the lady in your picture is an Australian champion. Back in 1995, she won the junior doubles here. Morariu.
And it's Australia Day today, and I think it's her birthday as well, isn't it?
Certainly is. 23 today. Happy birthday, Karina. The only one stranded on the baseline. Finally forced him as well. Lovely rally. Did well to get there at all. And speedy as she is, just not able to control it. Well, that's partly intimidation. The Williams girls both standing well in and threatening. And it often does produce double faults. This one has produced a set point. Look where Williams is standing.
And she wound up into the backhand. And that gives Williams and Williams the first set. 6-2.
What a start. There's another instance of not being able to hear it, or at least the public not being able to hear it, only the umpire, the let. Right at the body. All she can do is block it back and present an easy kill.
Okay, Williams.
Oh, what a start.
What a service game that was from Serena.
First game, second set.
1-love, and well, an important service game coming up now, because if they were to break here, this might be all over in about another 20 minutes or so.
Help to catch up the program. That's
Yeah,
got behind
I said
a
we're an
little.
hour behind. We'd be back on time, I think. Sure, that's not on the minds of these players.
Because I think the men's singles semi-final was due to start not before 3.
Not before 3, yeah.
Well, back to the I formation. But not for the second serve. You have to have a very quick eye when the Williams girls are returning. And Morariu had there.
Outs. 40-15.
Yeah. Umpire, not linesman.
No. Well.
Hit the line. A bad overrule.
Well and truly hit the line, didn't it? Right on it, in the middle of it. I think Lindsay probably knew that she was a bit lucky there.
Little personal battle going on there between Serena here and Davenport. I mean, Morariu is the one you would normally expect them to concentrate on. Yes, that was a good call.
Well, they're on the board in the second set. Venus, I'm not sure was delighted with that lack of call either on the serve, but anyway. 1 game all.
This will be the game when they'll have a chance perhaps to break. Perhaps the Venus serve being slightly the weaker of the two. Lovely touch.
Serve.
Ah,
30 all.
that was a very careless volley. Whether she was not quite expecting it, I'm not sure. Great angle from Venus. Spotted the intention
40-30.
of the opposition there and moved earlier. There was the secret. So she was very close to the net to be able to get the angle.
Net first serve.
So maybe this is the chance.
Deuce.
So close.
Advantage Davenport.
Almost identical to the one she started the game with. This time dropping it in the net. So here is a break point.
Net first serve.
Serious discussion. I'm not sure they should allow discussions between points. It does hold up play, so it becomes a bit irritating.
Game Davenport.
Double does the job for Davenport, and Morariu just done a quick poll of our production people, and they prefer this one. I think they'd know more about it than I would too.
No, she started off too late. But
Then again, I've seen what some of our production people wear sometimes, so I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll get back to the tennis.
be careful. I notice she's still in the pink.
40 love.
Yeah, she has been for most of the tournament. And
I think she's looked good, actually.
She has. And pink has been the colour
Yes,
this year
it has.
among the ladies.
Oh, Lindsay. What a turnaround.
They lead 3-1.
Well, good work there from Davenport. Defence becomes attack. Well now, can they consolidate by still further by breaking Serena for the first time? Ah, yes.
30 love.
Such a good deep serve that was. A little over-ambitious. I think she decided before it had been delivered she was going to give it a whack. But it was too good.
Love. Wait, please. .30.
So pulled back from 40 love.
Finally finished with authority. 3-2 in the second set. Still a break.
3 games to 2.
3-2. Yes, well, all started with the service return.
Love 15.
And there it was. Couldn't put that one away, and Venus too quick. Well played, Lindsay. Good depth.
15 all.
Well, the temperature's rising just a little here. The intensity of the Williams attempting their break back. Ah, too good. Splitting the receiving pair beautifully.
14-15.
Now they're out of position.
They lead 4 games to 2.
And Davenport now striding about the court instead of slouching about the court. So her body language tells us a lot.
shot of the match.
Wonderful rally, and Serena practically won it on her own.
30-15.
Well, that last winner at the end of some very inventive play from Serena, who created that angle for herself. I love the way they have that little chat behind the shaded hand so that nobody's will overhear. Like conspirators.
Cain, Williams.
So Venus holding serve that time. Still they trail though in the second set 3-4.
Morariu lead 4 games to 3.
No. So failing to make an impact here.
Yes, the wrong shot Serena played.
40 low.
But how quick she is. Much too high.
Oh, from nowhere, jumped out of there. Venus, and makes it a little bit more difficult at 40-30.
And I think you'll see in a minute that Venus is standing in again. Yes, she is. Ah, well played, Morariu.
So it's 5-3, and we look headed for a third set here. Which I guess brings me to the question, what do you think of the experiment in the mixed doubles of playing the extra tie-break?
Well, I think that is a pity, really. It devalues the event, and I think the players themselves don't like it when you speak to them. I spoke to Todd Woodbridge at some length.
Yes, he was very annoyed about it, wasn't he?
Second serve.
Well, there's the one I was talking about down the line, which you've got to do now and again to prevent the net player poaching, or to dissuade her from poaching. No, it came off her body. Just an apology there for hitting it at her, but that's legitimate. Well, now Serena hasn't yet lost her serve. Defensive position for the receivers on the first serve. Can't do much about that. What a clever shot from Serena. That was totally unexpected.
40-30.
Beat Morariu and Davenport for good measure. There it was. Oh, they think it was miles long. Well,
Still standing out and looking at it.
well, they're going to have another look at the line at the other end. What is going on? And meanwhile, have a look. No, she mustn't let this go on. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Williams will have a say in this. Well, they're going to turn the machine off. And now that's been queried by Serena, quite rightly. Bit of gamesmanship there, I think.
Might just spark the Williams up a bit too.
30 love.
But they kept Venus waiting for what, 3 minutes? About that?
Yeah, good couple. Not sure if that was the right shot by Serena, but
it wasn't.
Got them to 40 love.
Game, Williams.
Well, that was 1 love in the third set.
No sit down, so straight round. But you know, the umpires tend to let players prolong matters like that discussion on the effectiveness of the line monitor, the Cyclops.
It's pretty easy just to get them back in playing again, isn't it? think you've got to give them a little bit of time to make the query and get their frustrations out, but then enough's enough.
Day long.
This time the Williams holding up Davenport, who has changed ends. You will have spotted she was serving at the far end.
All.
It was Davenport who first lost her serve in this match. Game 2. Oh, what a pity. There's a little shake of the head from Morariu because the chance was there. Tried too cute an angled volley off a very fast drive from Morariu.
30 all.
Let's be charitable and say, well, it was just over-ambitious. But a very exciting rally. Lovely teamwork from the Williams, covering one another. And they're all enjoying themselves now. That's a good sign.
Cheers.
Well, there's no monitor now, so we'll be hearing calls of fault. And we won't be hearing the bleep.
Advantage Davenport. One game on.
So Davenport holding up firmly there in a time when it seemed she might be under threat. One all, final set.
Love 15.
Yes, perhaps the racket did slip in her hand a little. It was very humid today, very humid. These errors are becoming a little costly now.
It could prove a very important game, this one, particularly with Serena serving. 30 all, 1 set all, 1 game all. So now the chance. Davenport receiving here. 30-40. Double fault. So Serena Williams is broken. And Morariu and Davenport lead 2-1 in the 3rd set. Well, she hasn't played like a weak link today. Not at all. Suddenly it's 3-1 with Venus to serve. Can really put the pressure on here.
15 all.
Lovely reactions.
So Venus holds, but still down a break. 2-3 in this third set.
And the serving pair, the 1999 Wimbledon champions, the receiving pair, the reigning Wimbledon champions. Actually, if these two do win, it will be something of an upset because they won just once last year. One title, the other pair, the Williams, won Wimbledon, the US Open, the gold medal at the Olympics. And although Williams and Williams aren't seeded, that's not because they're not good players or haven't won titles. It's because they haven't played enough tournaments to get a ranking on the computer. And it's on the ranking that the seeds are determined.
Seems extraordinary when they won 3 tournaments. So correction. 2 tournaments, were semi-finalists of the US and also won the Olympics in 1 year. Well, very important point, that one. You just got the feeling that the stakes had just risen a little bit there as we're getting towards the business end of this third set. Davenport holding strong. A couple of deep breaths and then she'll serve to try and take it to 4-2. Almost, not quite.
And the Williams sisters doing well to stand up to the interceptions of Morariu. Her presence alone at the net might have put off a lesser pair. No, the wrong shot, she knows it. And Lindsay thinks she should have hit the volley into the gap more firmly, and if she had have done it, would have won the point. That was an awful attempt at a drop shot, the wrong shot at the wrong time. Break back point.
Well, there it is.
It all came apart at the seams.
3 games all.
And it's now become a real dogfight. Yes, that's an impressive total of 11 aces. Well, what a good game this is for the Williams girls.
Yes, all of a sudden they're back full of vim and vigour, aren't they? And they'll be in front here at 4-3 if they can hold.
No, no. Wrong shot. Having to attempt a little angled stop volley there was suicide. Well played, Davenport.
Gee, from 40 love back to juice. And it really has gone up a notch now.
It's almost as if the match has just begun.
Yeah. It's like they've said, well, let's have a set each, and then we'll get fair income. Which, of course, wasn't the case, but... Well, 40 love back to Juice, but Williams and Williams holding. It's 4-3 in the third set.
No, she didn't hit it. Davenport should have killed this one stone dead, and instead of which she tries a clever little shot which isn't wide enough. Easily read.
And again, this game delicately poised.
Good deep first serve when it mattered.
She has served pretty well today.
You were saying?
So 4-all, blow for blow, as we go down the back straight here. Into the home straight.
About 2 furlongs to go, I'd say.
Yeah, heading towards home, but who knows how long it might be along the track.
Now that time she hit it.
Learned a lesson.
Still in the defensive formation, the receiving pair. Good rally. Yeah, Serena's overhead is quite equal to these fast lobs. Now, well reached, Venus.
5-4. Oracene looks a bit happier. And that's wide. First point can be so important.
You're so right at this stage of a match.
Yeah.
And it was makeable. Well, that was definitely the I formation working.
15-all.
She really had to go back down here. And the normal return from that court would be across. Oh, hesitation. She thought Morariu was going to intercept.
15-30.
And the return was too good for that.
Terrific point.
Terrific teamwork from the Williams sisters. And by Davenport covering behind her partner, but to no avail.
15-40.
2 match points. Bit of team discussion going on. 15-40. 1 set all. And there's one saved. So 30-40 now. 4-5 in the third.
That's it.
That's out. Well, to be honest, they've struggled a bit since the first set and looked to be in trouble in this third. But they fought back well. And 3-set victors. Serena and Venus 6-2, 4-6 and 6-4. And even though they can be very serious during a match, as soon as it finished, they do display great joy and emotion. And the crowd love that.